Love Island episode 7, and I don't know why I was surprised by the outcome of the recoupling. Omar and Mimi received a text to say that they could either stay coupled up with each other or they could steal. So I thought they were just going to stay coupled up with each other just to save any arguments and so that they didn't hurt anybody's feelings. But when they says that they were going to steal, I was like that, oh my god, this is so dramatic, right? But I expected Omar to pick Patsy, but then Mimi picked Ayo and he picked Uma. So they didn't really split anybody up. Everybody was still in the house. But obviously Uma wasn't very happy about it. So Mimi was feeling bad, even though I don't think she should have, because just the other night, Uma stole Ayo. And if it hadn't have been for Uma coming in, she would have been gone, right? But she just wanted to know how her and Ayo were going to go on together. So her and Uma went for a chat, and for whatever reason, Uma had it in her head that he was only interested in her, even though we haven't actually seen him saying that. Like, Ayo was trying to kiss her the other night and stuff, but she was even saying to him, I know you're still going to be with him and you're still going to get to know Mimi. So I don't know why she's got it in her head that she was the only one, right? So she's like, why don't we just call him over? And I'm like, thank you. Why do they not just always do that? Like, if you want to know how he's feeling, just call him over and ask. He's literally only sitting a couple of metres away. So he toddles on over. He was obviously in a really awkward situation, but I thought he handled it really well. And he was saying, oh, I want to get to know you both equally, and I feel as if I've been really clear with you. To be fair, I don't think he's been that clear, but Mimi seemed to be happy with the fact that he liked both of them. So he walked away and everything seemed to be fine. And then Mimi said that he told her that he'd have picked her at the recoupling the other night, and Uma was like really pissed off, right? But I kind of thought, well, you've not really got a right to be pissed off because the two of them were together for the start and you stole him. Do you know what I mean? So like, chill out. Suddenly Uma was pissed off and she was saying to Mimi, I wish you'd have told me up there that he says he was going to pick you during the recoupling, and kind of making it to be Mimi's fault, even though she was just sitting listening to what he was saying. And he was just making it clear, I like both of yous and I'm going to be honest with yous. And there was no drama, right? But as we know, he wasn't honest and he ended up kissing Mimi in bed. And I don't understand what it is with these boys, but they'll say, I'll be honest, I'll come to you, I'll tell you what's happening. But then when something happens, they don't say anything. So Jess found out that Ayo and Mimi were kissing in bed and she called them for a chat and she was like, look, I know what's happening here. You're going to have to tell Uma what's going on because she's my best friend in here. And he was like, oh, I don't know why. Like, why do I need to? Because you told both of them that you were going to be honest. And then something's happened and then you've not said anything. Like, how can you not comprehend what's going on here? But then later, Jess was talking to somebody and she says that her and Ronnie had been kissing in bed and she wasn't sure where he was with her and Harriet. And she says, oh, I'm not going to tell her what happened last night. And I'm like, hold on, right? You're going to Ayo and saying to him, you better tell Uma what happened. But yet she's not telling him. And I know that she doesn't really owe him anything, right? Because he's a fucking skis bag. But it just annoys me. Like, don't tell him to go and tell Uma when you're keeping secrets as well now. And also she's like, oh, I'm the prize, babe. I'm the prize. And I'm thinking, aye, okay, Jess is really good looking. She seems like a nice, level-headed person. But see, if she's the prize, why the fuck is she going after fucking Rumpelstiltskin? Make it make sense. Anyway, Ayo pulled Uma for a chat and he said, I'm just telling you this because I don't want you to find out of other people. Like, making out as if he's so honest and nice, but actually he's just been blackmailed by Jess. And he told her that he'd been kissing Mimi in bed last night and she was pissed, man. She just stood up and walked away, right? Clearly upset, but at the same time I thought, is that valid? Because he was with Mimi first. Later, when he pulled Mimi for a chat, and they went up to the terrace, right? And Mimi was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't go in there. Like, see, if you don't want to do something, or if you don't want to go somewhere with a man, use this. And just say, no, I think this is out of order. I don't think we should do this. This would hurt my feelings if you did it to me. But she's just like, oh, you're going to get me in trouble. Like, stop fucking acting like a stupid bitch. You know what's happening. If you don't want to go in there and you don't want to hurt people's feelings, just say, no, we'll go and sit at the beanbags or something. We don't have to go up to the terrace, right? So they went up there where Uma was sitting, blatantly she could see them and they knew that she could see. And then they started kissing and I was like, the noises are bad enough, right? But could the camera have got any closer? Literally, I felt as if it was about to zoom in and go down their fucking gullets. I was like, this is not what I'm watching this for. Right? I don't need to literally see the saliva. I don't need to see their teeth. I don't need to see their it's too much. Obviously, Uma's upset at this point and she pulls him for a chat. And she's saying, oh, like, you knew that I could see you. And he's like, oh, I understand. Well, why the fuck did you do it then? Do you actually want the lassies to fight over you? I'm starting to think that he's doing this deliberately so that they get into an argument over him. Harriet and Jess were chatting in the kitchen, and at this point they both think that he's more into them because that's the signals he's giving off because he's a fucking skis bag, right? But Harriet said, oh, he told me that he was thinking about me in bed all night last night. But that's actually not what happened. He said something about being in bed and she says to him, oh, were you thinking about me all night? And he was like, oh yeah, like sarcastically. Right, but regardless, he did say it in a roundabout way. But then Jess was obviously pissed off because they were kissing in bed, right? So at that point, why didn't they shout him over and say, excuse me, what is this I'm hearing? You're in bed kissing me last night and you're thinking about her all night? What the fuck? Meanwhile, Rumpelstiltskin is over talking to the boys, saying, oh, I know I need to make a decision, but they're both really fit. They might be fit, but they must fucking have something missing up here if they're after him. That's all I can say. During the game, the girls had to pick a boy to do a sex position with and then pick one to get in trouble to throw tea in their face. I wish that all of them had threw their tea in Ronnie's face because he's a fucking arsehole. Meanwhile, Sean was living his best life. I started off really liking Ayo, but I felt like his actions by taking Mimi upstairs and kissing her blatantly directly in front of Uma was deliberate because I really think that he wants them to fight over him. Let me know what you think in the comments and let me know what you thought of tonight's episode. I actually quite enjoyed it. There was quite a bit of drama, some fun. It was a good mix. I wasn't bored. I didn't lose attention or anything, so definitely better than the other night.